If you are currently feeling lost and stuck and really like in that slump, not knowing how or in what direction to move to begin with, because also you may have adapted to some not so much serving habits, as for example, maybe you are falling asleep particularly late, and then as a consequence, you get up in the morning very late and then you cannot make it to the gym or really sticking to any kind of routines that would actually serve you. Being in such a slump is so dreading, and believe me, you are not alone. I have been there. So many people have been there, and this is why I'm going to walk you through a process today that will get you out of the slump. Hi and welcome. I'm Catherine Louise. I'm a business and mindset mentor and founder of the coaching method, the East Hampton Method. And I help women to become their best self, to really live up to their potential and being fulfilled. And if that is something like you're interested in, you should definitely hit subscribe and follow for more, because also I do have an announcement later that you are going to be obsessed about. So stay tuned. If you want to get out of this slump, the first thing you really want to do is don't be so hard on yourself. And I mean it. And I know it will almost sound counterproductive because you're like, wow, I'm not getting out of here. I'm stuck. How can I not be hard on myself? I need to push myself. No. Pushing yourself while being in a slump is what will actually make you stuck in that slump even more, and maybe almost feeling like you're drowning in this negative space even more so. I really want you to change your perspective around this. And I know it seems difficult while you're being in this situation, but give me a moment here. Picture yourself being a parent, or maybe you are a parent and have a child or children. If your babies would feel like that, really feel miserable, really being stuck in that slump, how would you treat them? Would you push them as you push yourself? I don't think so. You would probably try to be soft and gentle and really nurture them and take care of them and motivate them to get out of the slump, right? And this is exactly how I want you to treat yourself. Be good, be kind, be gentle, and even more important, be understanding. This is life. All of this can happen to any of us in any moment in time. No human being on this planet is ever safe of, quote unquote, getting in a slump, being really stuck. So be gentle with yourself and nurture yourself. There's one sentence that just keeps being stuck in my head, and I really want to share this with you, which is, you do not need to be productive in order to be worthy. I know this hits hard for some of us because our current society really is built upon on achievements and your career and what kind of lifestyle are you living, and really very superficial things. And it almost feels like if we're taking time out, if we're taking this time to nurture us, to have somewhat of a work-life balance, which almost sounds rude, right? And I'm being sarcastic here. It feels like you're not being worthy because while you're taking time for yourself or your family or really having those self-care moments, you are not being productive. But please stop believing that, because in any moment that you are breathing and alive and just being, you are so worthy. The next one is something that I did when depression hit me hard. That was a time in my life, and it is not easy for me to talk about that, but there was a time in my life where I was really depressed, as in not getting out of bed, not getting anything done. It really was a horrible time, and I wasn't able to focus on just anything. And if you have been anywhere near to such a situation or even be depressed by yourself in your life before, that will definitely sound familiar. However, I clearly remember this moment when I just was so lost. I didn't know again who I was. Like, what am I being worthy? Like, why am I even here? What is this all about? And I remember this day and this moment so clearly because I just took a pen and paper and wrote down who I was when I wasn't depressed. That is actually still to this day one of the most important practices. And I do that with my clients a whole lot, believe me, because it gets so easy and you don't need to be depressed for that whatsoever. But it gets to be so easy to get lost in the busyness and the hectic and the day-to-day hustle. And you tend to literally forget who you are to begin with. And being in a slump is a situation like that for sure. So I really want you to write down and think about it, who you are, what makes you happy, what fulfills you the most, what do you want to leave behind in this world. This is something so incredible to really reflect on and become aware again of those things and really read those things out loud. I still have the journal from when I wrote that down back then, and whenever I go through it again, it's just everything is a clear yes. For me, for example, I love art. I love music. I love going to the museum. I enjoy that so much. I love good food, like nice restaurants. I love being funny. I love being silly. I love inspiring people. Like when it comes to what I love doing the most, it really comes down to inspiring and motivating you, because if there is just one person's life I can improve, that's all. Like for me, that is all. So again, I really want you to think about who you are. The next one I truly love because there is not much you have to do in order to achieve that, which is change your environment. When you can change your environment, as in just go somewhere else, maybe you have a happy place. Maybe for you that's a cafe or a restaurant or going for a walk in the park. Really, whatever makes you happy, just get out of the house and go exactly there. Here's the magic about changing your environment. When you are in a different environment, hopefully one that you would really enjoy, it automatically elevates your energy. It distracts you. It hopefully inspires you and giving you new thoughts. What it does, it's taking you out of this cycle, out of this slump, like without you really catching up on that, if that makes sense, because it just happens. And there's not much effort you would do in that moment to elevate your energy like that. All you literally have to do is get out of the house. And I'm very much aware of the fact that at first this might be super difficult to just even get out of that space. But believe me, if you have just taken the first step, put on those shoes, get out of the house, go wherever you really want to go to, it will do no less than magic to you getting out of that slump. And before we move on into how to get out of that slump, I finally can share my announcement with you, which is that I am finally able to share with you my very first masterclass in less than 2 weeks actually, which is called Become Your Best Self, Living Up to Your True Potential While Being Fulfilled. If you feel anything like stuck in your life or your career, feeling unfulfilled, having this desire deep down, like there must be something else, like is that it? Is that all life can give to me? And you really are tired of figuring everything out by yourself because let's be honest, it hasn't been really working well for you, and you want me to be your teacher on becoming your best self, living up to your true potential while being fulfilled. This masterclass is definitely for you. I will put all of the links down below. And believe me, you really want to be quick on this one because I do have a special price, which honestly is insane. It's like 1/5 or something from the actual price. So make sure to go and grab it because this price, I will never be able to make this available again because it's honestly just like lunatics. So make sure to click on the link now and grab your seat in the masterclass, and you're gonna be obsessed and love the process of becoming yourself, living up to your true potential while being fulfilled. Okay, so the next one is something that is actually quite simple to do, however, will give you amazing results, which is do something that you love, that you truly enjoy, because the truth is, when you feel good, good things will happen. Sometimes, even though it may seem so hard and so difficult, all we have to do is really think about the next best thought. And from that point, the next best thought, and so on, because you cannot uplift from being in a total slump to being the most positive and motivated person on earth, right? That just doesn't happen. But most of the times, this is something we expect from ourselves. But let me tell you, you are a human being. And again, you really need to be gentle to yourself. So allow yourself to really go from the next best thought to the next best thought and do something that makes you feel good. And again, this is nothing you would ever need to justify or to explain to any other person, because this process truly is about you getting out of the slump. So what is it that makes you feel good that you can do right now? The final and last step is something that I truly, truly love. There's a saying out there called create a life you are so excited about, you cannot wait to wake up to. And I feel like it sounds so like elevating and simple and exciting. And this is what we're all striving towards, right? But yet it seems to be so difficult to actually get there. But here's the truth. Start with routines. Start with routines that you love so much, that you are so excited about, that you can implement in your everyday life. And believe me, from that point on, things will just magically unfold. Because again, when you feel good, good things will happen to you. My love, do not forget to snag your seat in the masterclass. I cannot wait to share this with you. I'm so super excited for this. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.